What up?
It is us the Normies, here to react to something different today. We're going to react to The Social Dilemma.
Yo.
It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix documentary. I'm excited. I'm a big documentary guy.
I'm nervous.
We've heard things, we've heard stories. We're trying a couple of things new here and there, guys. We're reacting to documentaries, we're reacting to movies. Hey, what are we not reacting to?
What's some of your favorite documentaries?
Mine?
Yeah.
Dude, I have a list. It's this one. I love Cold Case Files. I love I Am a Killer. I'm watching right now I Am a Killer Release, which is like a murdered killer is getting released back out in the public. Anything with unsolved mystery, any of that stuff, death row stuff. I recently, my favorite one was The World's Toughest Prisons. That was good. And then I recently finished Business of Drugs, which was phenomenal.
Have you watched the Immigration Nation yet?
That's on my list next. I have it on I just haven't been able to do it. I sometimes react to these on Patreon, so check them out.
Ooh.
Yes,
if you haven't seen The Cove, that's a fucking old school goody boy. Some of the older Michael Moore stuff is alright, but he's a little annoying. And then anything by Ken Burns. Ken Burns obviously makes some damn good documentaries, so don't sleep on that shit.
And something related to this, The Great Hack.
That was
watched
really
it.
that
good.
was
That
good.
was phenomenal.
That was so
really
good.
So
So
good.
I'm assuming
Cambridge
that this has
Analytica.
also something to do with either Cambridge Analytica or Facebook.
Okay, dude, I saw like I said, I seen a little bit of it. It's like the first few minutes, and I paused because I wanted to do this for the Patreon stuff.
I
And
saw the
Surge was just
trailer.
like, "Yo, let's all do it." I was like, "All right, fuck it, I'm on board." It's scary from what I know.
Yeah, I saw the trailer, and what I've heard from, at least just from the trailer, like some of the people left from these companies because they're so scared what they're doing. So like,
Yeah. One more documentary that's unrelated to this,
I wonder if
but
it
it's Food Incorporated.
Oh,
good.
Food Inc.'s a good one.
I didn't like that. Like the year after I watched it, I still like didn't eat certain foods. And like things like hot dog, I like eat maybe once a year. I just like have abandoned those like processed stuff.
Fuck. The other one I like was the one about money. I forget what it's called. Money something. It's on Netflix. I completely forgot. Explain is good, and I think the greatest documentary of all time was Tiger King, hands down. It's the greatest documentary of all time. It's really, really good.
man.
Like there was an award, and like if somebody won an award or an Emmy or of documentaries, that one did it. 'Cause it was a national trending phenomenon.
I have a hard time selling Tiger King as a documentary.
It's a documentary.
It's not.
I mean, it's
because no, it's just a
It's considered
no,
It's
it's
entertainment.
definitely a
It's
documentary. But if you're
documentary.
acting like how true
It's a
and
reality
how
show.
it pretty, I'm about to say it damn near borders on that.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
guys get the chance to watch Restrepo, it's about.
Oh yeah.
Restrepo's fucking good. It's about the war in Afghanistan. It's super fucking good. Anyway, that's enough of us hyping up documentaries. Let's watch this one. This is not a market substitute. Obviously, watch the real documentary on your own. You would be
Educate yourself.
foolish and weird to just use this as a way to watch it. There's other ways. I mean, torrents,
We ain't smart
VPNs.
We're not that intelligent. I
Yeah,
promise you.
right.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna pop this off. I don't think I've ever reacted to a documentary, so this should be fun.
Our uncut will be on Patreon, guys. So if you guys want to watch the whole thing with us and see us react to all the little nitty gritties, check that out.
Caddy, if you're gonna crinkle that bag, do it one last time and be done
I
with it.
didn't crinkle. He crinkled it.
Whichever one of you's gonna crinkle the bag, do it
well,
one last
I
time.
want to go get the thing. I'll put my drink right here. Hey, don't get that.
No, Mister, he
All right.
it. Let's do this.
How much nudity is gonna be in this? I need like 5 nipples per minute.
I don't see a titty.
If I don't see one whole titty,
Laser my tits. I'm sorry, dude. That shit is just,
That was grody.
dude. That was fucked up.
Nothing will last.
Well, Sophocles. He predicted Facebook. Confirmed.
is that not pronounced Sophocles?
I gotta go pee, but I've already done the first 10 minutes of this.
No, he was always.
I'm sorry. It's just like my head.
Grab that. Turn it up, Pat.
Oh shit, you gonna trust me with this shit? All right, cool.
You want to just start by introducing yourself?
Good.
Hello
Yes.
world, Bailey, take 3.
I was the co-inventor of Google Drive, Gmail Chat,
Oh,
Facebook
shit.
Pages,
Oh,
and the
God.
Facebook like button.
I left Google in June 2017 due to ethical concerns, and not just at Google, but within the industry at large.
I'm very concerned.
So then what's the problem?
Fuck, man.
And a new study sheds light on the link between mental health and social media. Tens of millions of Americans are hopelessly addicted to their electronic devices.
Plastic surgeons have coined a new syndrome for it, Snapchat dysmorphia, with young patients wanting surgery so they can look more like they do in filtered selfies.
What? That's real?
What was I supposed to do?
Who the fuck would want to do that?
Where I don't want my kids to have social media, I'm cutting them off.
We have gone from the information age into the disinformation age.
Our democracy is under assault.
What I said was, I think the tools that have been created today are starting to erode the social fabric of how society works.
Dude, I fucking love documentaries, man. This shit is amazing so far.
Right. I was nervous, man. I'm still nervous. I use all of that stuff.
But like,
what changes are we gonna make by the end to try to make things better?
Not use it?
Dude, I don't think you can make it change.
I know, because you need all of that.
I think it's like Rehoboam or something. It's like something they've already created that we can't stop anymore.
You know, I really struggled to try and figure out how, from the inside, we could change it. And that was when I decided to make a presentation, kind of a call to arms. I felt like I was sort of launching a revolution or something like that. Later, I found out Larry Page had been notified about this presentation in 3 separate meetings that day. And then, nothing.
It just faded, like nothing happened?
I was clearly one of the people who was pointing towards, well, we have to make money, A, and I think this advertising model is probably the most elegant way.
Jaron Lanier.
Oh, God.
Companies like Google and Facebook are some of the wealthiest and most
brother?
successful of all time.
I bet this dude is stupid smart. Father of virtual. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's dope.
He's stupid smart and stupid rich too, dude.
It's the gradual, slight, imperceptible change in your own behavior and perception that is the product. And that is the product. It's the only possible product. There's nothing else on the table that could plausibly be called the product. That's the only thing there is for them to make money from.
We now have markets that trade in human futures at scale. And those markets have produced the trillions of dollars that have made the internet companies the richest companies in the history of humanity.
Facts, dude. It's fucking facts, man.
They know when people are lonely, they know when people are depressed, they know when people are looking at photos of your ex-romantic partners, they know what you're doing late at night, they know the entire thing.
New link. We're on. Follow that up with a post from user 0790442388220. Rebecca, good idea. GPS coordinates indicate that they're in close proximity.
No fucking way. That's crazy shit. I predicted that shit was going on.
Yeah, dude.
I predicted that shit was going on because it was too convincing, bro. It happened too many times. Like, every time I was around people, I would always see their shit.
I know. They always show up.
We've created a world in which online connection has become primary, especially for younger generations. And yet, in that world, anytime two people connect, the only way it's financed is through a sneaky third person who's paying to manipulate those two people. So we've created an entire global generation of people who were raised within a context with the very meaning of communication, the very meaning of culture is manipulation. We've put deceit and sneakiness at the absolute center of everything we do.
Anybody a little shook yet?
I've learned nothing new so far.
I'm a little bit new on the whole dialing up. I didn't know they could dial things. Basically, they control the world, is what they're telling me, right?
There's an entire discipline and field called growth hacking. Teams of engineers whose job is to hack people's psychology so they can get more growth, they can get more user signups, more engagement, they can get you to invite more people. Social media isn't a tool that's just waiting to be used. It has its own goals and it has its own means of pursuing them by using your psychology against you.
Man, this man he's fucking spitting. Damn, bro. Facts. That's crazy. That's crazy.
The thing. Social media is a drug. I mean, we have a basic biological imperative to connect with other people that directly affects the release of dopamine in the reward pathway. Millions of years of evolution are behind that system to get us to come together and live in communities, to find mates, to propagate our species. So there's no doubt that a vehicle like social media, which optimizes this connection between people, is going to have the potential for addiction.
I'll admit it, man. When I was on Facebook, dude, I could not get off Facebook and Twitter, man. Shit was fucking with me.
So I decided that we're not gonna have any cell phones at the table tonight. So turn them in.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, Ben.
Mom, the phone pirate.
Got it. Mom. So they.
I mean, little fuck, you heard me.
I agree with that shit. I'm not giving my kids any sort of social media. They're not allowed.
You guys forgot how to talk to each other? Come on.
Can I just see who it is?
No.
Well, you should put the phone somewhere else, like under a cabinet.
This is so true, though. You need that phone.
Huh?
You need that phone.
Dude, you don't, though, bro. We want a time without the phone, man. Like,
yeah, but
Jesus!
Honey, you can't open that. I locked it for an hour, so just leave it alone.
Then there's so much more enjoyable.
Also, I told you not to fuck with it. Like, I'm more upset about that.
We should talk about the Extreme Center wackos I drove by
Oh,
today.
please,
What?
Frank. I don't want to talk about politics.
What's wrong with the Extreme Center?
See, he didn't even get it.
It depends on who you ask.
It's like asking what's wrong with propaganda.
Oh!
Isla!
Damn, she get whooping.
I'm sorry, this is acceptable behavior in your household?
She's not gonna do anything about it?
That's called an ass whooping in my
I
fucking...
know my mama will whoop my ass.
Drop kick down the stairs.
These
Are you
days, though,
fucking
if you
kidding
whoop
me?
ass, bro, kids be calling the cops on you and shit.
My screen's completely shattered. Thanks, Cass.
What do you mean, thanks, Cass?
You keep freaking Mom out about our phones when it's not really a problem.
We don't need our phones to eat dinner.
I get
Dumb
what you're
fuck.
saying, it's
You're
just
right.
not that big a deal. It's not.
It's not that big a deal. Don't use it for a week.
You can quit anytime, right?
Yeah, actually, if you can put that.
I bet it's so hard not to be on social media as a kid.
I'd have to get a flip phone for calls, but I wonder if there's an app where you can make your phone only make phone calls.
But
There's a thing you can buy for your phone that does that.
But I bet it's harder for kids because they grew up with that. That's all they know. For
Yeah,
us, you know,
bro.
it would be easier for us to switch.
Bro, when we graduated high school is when Facebook came to be.
Yeah,
You gotta
so-
understand, like, as soon as we graduated, that's when Facebook came.
Yeah, so there's kids out there. That's all they know.
It's not just that it's controlling where they spend their attention. Especially social media starts to dig deeper and deeper down into the brainstem and take over kids' sense of self-worth and identity.
God, that's fucking terrifying.
That is horrible. What the fuck?
Can you even trust Ava R? She sounds like a bitch.
Think well of us or not, because it matters. But were we evolved to be aware of what 10,000 people think of us?
No.
We were not evolved to have social approval
really hard on
being
kids.
dosed to us every 5 minutes. That was not at all what we were built to experience.
I feel bad for the generation of kids, man. They're the one that grew up with social media.
Because we get rewarded in these short-term signals, hearts, likes, thumbs up, and we conflate that with value and we conflate it with truth. And instead what it really is fake, brittle popularity. That's short-term and that leaves you even more, and admit it, vacant and empty before you did it. Because then it forces you into this vicious cycle where you're like, what's the next thing I need to do now? Because I need it back.
Fuck, man. There goes the next generation.
The number of teenage girls out of 100,000 in this country who are admitted to a hospital every year because they cut themselves or otherwise harm themselves. That number was pretty stable until around 2010, 2011, and then it begins going way up. It's up 62% for older teen girls. It's up 189% for the preteen girls. Even more horrifying, we see the same pattern with suicide.
That's fucking scary, dude.
The older teen girls, 15 to 19 years old, they're up 70% compared to the first decade of the century. The preteen girls, who have very low rates to begin with, they are up 151%.
Damn, bro, it's because they can't think.
Social media.
They can't think. They They can think, you know what I mean?
And remember, for every one of these, for every hospital admission, there's a family that is traumatized and horrified. My God, what is happening to our kids?
Holy fucking shit. This is horrible. This is damn right.
It's plain as day.
I don't know any parent who says, yeah, I really want my kids to be growing up feeling manipulated by tech designers, manipulating their attention, making it impossible to do their homework, making them compare themselves to unrealistic standards of beauty. Like, no one wants that. But then you take YouTube for Kids and it gobbles up that entire portion of the attention economy, and now all kids are exposed to YouTube for Kids. And all those protections and all those regulations are gone.
These guys can't do shit correctly over there, bro.
Ryan's Toys.
Dude, I feel like we're gonna see the big repercussions of this in 10, 20 years.
It's gonna be bad.
I think we're seeing it already.
But it's gonna get worse, what I'm trying to say.
When we are uncomfortable, or lonely, or uncertain, or afraid, we have a digital pacifier for ourselves that is kind of atrophying our own ability to deal with that.
I mean, at least he did a day.
Withdrawal.
That's pretty good. That's still pretty good. He do it for a day, almost 2.
Bro, you have soccer balls. I'm assuming you have a hobby. Go outside.
But your friends got to be coming outside and playing.
You can go practice by yourself.
But it gets boring after a while.
It's better than sitting in the fucking house doing nothing.
Yeah, I feel you on that though. You're not wrong. You ain't wrong.
Just been there the whole time?
Bro, you went this long, you might as well hold it out, man. It's like 4 days, 3 more days.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Damn, bro.
Bam, we're back. Let's get back to making money, boys. Yes, and connecting Ben with the entire world and giving him access to all the information he might like. Hey, do you guys ever wonder if, the feed is good for Ben? No.
I like that they did his hair 3 different ways. Well, he sell that he's 3 different guys.
You're on Facebook, and you're effectively playing against this artificial intelligence that knows everything about you, can anticipate your next move, and you know literally nothing about it except that there are cat videos and birthdays on it. That's not a fair fight.
Ben Jerry's, time to go, bud.
What? They're named Ben and Jerry?
She didn't go about it like that. Go about it like that, shoot. The Center for Humane Technology.
We're all looking out for the moment when technology would overwhelm human strengths and intelligence, when technology exceeds and overwhelms human weaknesses. This point being crossed is at the root of addiction, polarization, radicalization, outragification, vanityification, the entire thing. This is overpowering human nature, and this is checkmate on humanity.
Bro, the way this man is making this shit sound, it's just like we're already fucked. I feel like social media is just like this beast that's just like getting bigger and bigger, and we can do nothing to stop it.
There's really nothing we can do.
Huh?
There's really nothing we can do.
You guys are fucking defeatists.
What?
Get your shit together. There's plenty of things we can do.
Bro!
Wait to the discussion.
At YouTube, I was working on YouTube recommendations. It worries me that an algorithm that I worked on is actually increasing polarization in society. But from the point of view of watch time, this polarization is extremely efficient at keeping people online.
Man, these guys. Yeah, this is nuts, man.
Hey, Benji. No soccer practice today?
Oh, there is. I'm just catching up on some news stuff.
Ben, I'm serious. Stuff is bad for you. You should go to soccer practice.
Man.
Dude's lost in the sauce.
People think that the algorithm is designed to give them
That's
what
how
they
my
really
shit looks,
want,
man.
and it's not. The algorithm is actually trying to find a few rabbit holes that are very powerful and try to find which rabbit hole is the closest to your interest.
There's a study, an MIT study, that fake news on Twitter spreads 6 times faster than true news. What is that world going to look like when one has a 6 times advantage to the other one?
We've created a system that biases towards false information. Not because we want to, but because false information makes the company
fucking trash. He's fucking trash.
It's not just COVID-19 that's spreading fast. There's a flow of misinformation online about the virus.
The notion that drinking water...
Cocaine kills
Oh, wow.
Coronavirus is a hoax.
SARS, coronavirus. And look at when it was made, 2018.
I think the US government started this shit.
Nobody is sick. Nobody is sick.
Oh my lord.
Nobody knows anybody who's sick.
Maybe the government is using the coronavirus as an excuse to get everyone to stay inside because something else is happening.
Shut up! It's the 5G radiation that they're pumping out.
We're being bombarded with rumors.
The sources that are spreading coronavirus misinformation have amassed something like 52 million engagements.
You're saying that Silver's solution would be a...
These people should be charged like fucking $1 million for saying that.
What we're seeing... Million's not enough.
Social media amplifies exponential gossip and exponential hearsay to the point that we don't know what's true, no matter what issue we care about.
This is so scary, guys. I'm terrified. I've always been terrified. I'm more angry.
Who are you angry at?
At these, honestly, these companies, bro. These corporate companies that just don't give any
You got
fucks.
them yourself, not
Nope.
Nah, bro.
I'm angry at the government.
I think they're powerless. They had no idea this was gonna happen.
I'm fucking powerless to the government.
Imagine a world where no one believes anything that's true. Everything is a conspiracy theory. I shouldn't trust anyone. I hate the other side. That's where all this is heading.
The political earthquakes in Europe continue to rumble.
You have this in Germany, Spain, France, Brazil, Australia. Some of the most developed nations in the world are now imploding on each other. And what do they have in common?
Knowing what you know now, do you believe Facebook impacted the results of the 2016 election?
Oh, that is hard.
Bro, don't.
You know, it's the reality is, well, there were so many different forces at play.
Why is he such a fuck? Like, bro, you grew up with us.
He is
You're a fucking alien.
He's a human booger.
So long term, the solution here is to build more AI tools that find patterns of people using the services that no real person would do.
We are allowing the technologists to frame this as a problem that they're equipped to solve. That's a lie. People talk about AI as if it will know truth.
This is the problem beneath other problems, because
we're in
if
a
we can't
post-truth
agree on
era,
what's
guys.
true, then we can't navigate out of any of our problems.
Something like the Matrix.
It's kind of dope, though.
It's not about the technology being the existential threat. It's the technology's ability to bring out the worst in society, and the worst in society being the existential threat.
Damn, dude, this is.
Who do you think's responsible?
I think we have to have the platforms be responsible
bro.
for
I don't blame the government.
when they take over election advertising. They're responsible for protecting elections. When they take over mental health of kids or Saturday morning, they're responsible for protecting Saturday morning.
I am 62 years old, getting older every minute the more this conversation goes on. But I will tell you that I'm probably going to be dead and gone, and I'll probably be thankful for it when all this shit comes to fruition.
That's fucked up the way to think, dude.
No, he's good.
This scares me to death. Do you see it the same way? Or am I overreacting to a situation that I don't know enough about?
What are you most worried about?
I think in the shortest time horizon, civil war.
Damn, bro, that's gonna fucking crazy.
If we go down the current status quo for, let's say, another 20 years, We probably destroy our civilization through willful ignorance. We probably fail to meet the challenge of climate change. We probably degrade the world's democracies so that they fall into some sort of bizarre autocratic dysfunction. We probably ruin the global economy. We probably don't survive. You know, I really do view it as existential.
20 years?
Yeah, bro, you said 20 years.
Or that's gonna take like somebody just launching nuclear warfare.
We live in a world in which a tree is worth more financially dead than alive. In a world in which a whale is worth more dead than alive. For so long as our economy works in that way and corporations go unregulated, they're going to continue to destroy trees, to kill whales, to mine the earth and to continue to pull oil out of the ground, even though we know it is destroying the planet and we know that it's going to leave a worse world for future generations. This is short-term thinking based on this religion of profit at all costs, as if somehow magically each... What's frightening, and what hopefully is the last straw that will make us wake up as a civilization to how flawed this theory has been in the first place, is to see that now we're the tree, we're the whale, our attention can be mined. We are more profitable to a corporation if we're spending time staring at a screen, staring at an ad, than if we're spending that time living our life in a rich way. And so we're seeing the results of that. We're seeing corporations using powerful artificial intelligence to outsmart us and figure out how to pull our attention toward the things they want us to look at rather than things that are most consistent with our goals and our values and our lives.
Bro,
That was great.
He fucking went in. That was amazing.
We can demand that these products be designed humanely. We can demand to not be treated as an extractable resource. The intention could be, how do we make the world better?
Throughout history, every single time something's gotten better, it's because somebody has come along to say, this is stupid, we can do better. Like, it's the critics that drive improvement. It's the critics who are the true optimists.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Hello.
I am your phone.
I mean, it seems kind of crazy, right? It's like the fundamental way that this stuff is designed isn't going in a good direction. Like the entire thing. So it sounds crazy to say we need to change all that, but that's what we need to do.
Do you think we're gonna get there?
We have to.
Oh, dude, that does not sound fucking good to me, bro.
Sweet, what a solid reaction.
That was really good.
It seems like you're very optimistic.
I feel very sick.
Is that how I sound?
I am optimistic that we're going to figure it out, but I think it's going to take a long time.
It might sound strange, but it's my world, it's my community. I don't hate them, I don't want to do any harm to Google or Facebook. I just want to reform them so they don't destroy the world, you know?
This is great.
I know perfectly well that I'm not going to get everybody to delete their social media accounts, but I think I can get a few. And just getting a few people to delete their accounts matters a lot. And the reason why is that that creates the space for a conversation, because I want there to be enough people out in the society who are free of the manipulation engines to have a societal conversation that isn't bounded by the manipulation engines. So do it. Get out of the system. Yeah. Delete. Get off the stupid stuff.
Man, I love this guy.
The world's beautiful. Look, it's great out there.
That dude's fucking great. I love him.
Just kidding. Nice.
Good documentary.
That was really, really good. That was very good. That was really,
probably not
really
our
good.
best reaction. We were learning a lot.
I really, really.
I have a lot of
enjoyed that
notes.
See, I wish I was taking notes. I had a lot of things to say.
I love
Stop
this.
it,
A lot of notes.
Stop it. Grab
sorry,
the remote.
sorry.
Stop the TV.
Whew, guys, that was a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start or where to
I think I just want to start with
Just go ahead.
talking about
themes.
just like things in general, and the reason why I said that I'm mad at the government specifically, I know that it is a slow-moving machine and that it takes time, but like cars used to be more dangerous when they were invented, and they got safer over time, and it's not because people making cars decided that they would make more money if they were safer. It's because we put regulations on this shit heavily. I wrote this down before they started saying the regulation thing. Like,
Me too.
But one of the reasons why I think government specifically right now aren't trying to use it is because, one, 2016 wasn't that long ago, and that was the first time I think the American government was properly like undermined due to Facebook, and 2, because it benefited the people that won. And so like because of that specifically, and because of political thing coming here, the way that Trump likes to win and the way that he likes to like he talks about those things on Facebook, he is susceptible to that shit as well. Like, and he didn't even fucking know it, that there's not going to be much of a way for things to change. And even if Biden wins, he's not going to fucking change it either because he's a fucking old geezer. So, like, there needs to be actual smart regulations.
That's what I want to say. I disagree with you on that, man. I would say right now, it's the government's fault for failing at doing something right now. But the original and the wholehearted blame goes to these companies because they knew what the fuck they were doing from the beginning. They knew what they were doing. They knew that what they were putting out there, and they do, like he said, had a moral obligation to do things correctly, but they chose not to do it. They chose to be there. They chose to sell us to everybody else.
Why did they choose not to do that?
Huh?
Why? Why did they choose not to? Why did they choose to do what they did?
Because they needed. Okay, obviously they needed a way to keep going. They needed a way to have their companies keep going forth, obviously, because they sold us, you know what I mean, to the highest bidder to continue their things, their company going. But it could have been done differently. They didn't need to sell us. You know what I mean? And I see what you're saying about the government, but like the government back in the day when they were dealing with cars and regulations, man, they had a little bit of idea what that beast was. Nowadays, bro, the government is full of like 60-year-old geezers that have no idea what the fuck is going on. I don't think they're the ones to blame. The ones that are to blame are people like Mark Zuckerberg, Sundar Pichai, the guy in charge of Google. These guys are the ones to blame because they knew what the fuck they were doing.
Just
Sean
one
Parker
thing
himself,
about that, though, and I swear this is real quick.
Yeah.
They're not to blame because they were doing what corporations are supposed to do,
That's
which
bullshit.
is making the most amount of money
That's
possible.
bullshit. That's
like
the
they
problem.
literally
But-
played the game the way it was supposed to be played.
But that's the problem, bro. That's the way of thinking. That's the problem.
It's to tell companies not to make money?
No, the problem is it's make money, but don't make it money where you're sitting there where human interests are in fucking play.
So tell Coke to stop being a thing?
Yeah,
And
see, that's
drugs?
the thing. You can't.
Steady.
So that's
Okay.
that's why the solution is on us. I feel like.
No,
I feel like
man.
I feel like
It was
we like the government's
Look,
never.
She had her hand up.
Yeah, her hand up.
So, 2 years into this administration, they proclaimed that the meat industry should self-regulate, and they undid all the regulations for the meat industry. How well do you think that they did with that?
Well, it's probably horrible. It's ridiculous.
So
they did that with the FAA recently. Recently, yeah.
If you cannot expect any corporations to do good.
Yeah.
That is not in their business
It's not
plan.
incentive.
It is not part of any business plan. We have governments and we have people in power to ensure that we are being protected, that our interests are being protected. Do you think that any company would ever pay taxes out of their goodwill?
No, they wouldn't.
No, they pay taxes because it is enforced by the law most of the time. So you have to set regulation in place for private entities, like companies and businesses, to pay taxes and to adhere to certain standards. And there are no standards for this shit at all. And when Zuckerberg was being interviewed by the House.
Yeah, I forget who it was, but yeah.
Like they were literally asking him like how are you expecting this to be regulated, and they wanted Facebook to actually be regulated as a news entity, like a news broadcast
like a utility
entity.
damn near, yeah.
Like because they cannot, like at that point they would be like a publishing company and they would be responsible for the things that they publish on their platforms. But because the users are the publishers as well, that couldn't happen because then it would affect free speech. So it's fucked. It's very convoluted where you have the users are the publishers as well. So Facebook cannot be held responsible, but at the same time they can moderate. They can always moderate, and they choose not to.
That's okay. That's where I'm going at with the situation. Is like I see the government playing a role and a little bit of blame, but at the end of the day, I feel like it was Facebook and all these companies' moral obligation to like stop some of this stuff. If they know that there is fake news being spread, they know something is doubtfully fake. Like Facebook doubtfully knows that some of the shit they spread about Donald Trump and all this other stuff is fake. That flat Earth is fake, and they have the ability to stop that, but they choose not to do it, and that is my problem. And they choose not to do it is because they're being paid by people to do so. Now, yes, government should do something about that, but the thing about the government is, man, and I really I think they had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, but
and
that's
I feel like at this point,
they
it's
hire
like,
people. Like everybody that made this documentary knew what's going on,
Oh.
and there's even a humane technical society that like those people should be advising the people in the government on what to do. You know what I mean? It's like with pollution. Like you don't see fucking factories when they used to pollute a ton. They were never like, oh, we're gonna stop polluting. They got people that knew about pollution, and they talked with the government, and the EPA was developed.
I agree with you, but I feel what I'm trying to say right now is I feel like the answer and the solution is a little bit kind of far gone right now, because right now we have people in our government who are supposed to make these rules that use these tactics. They sold themselves as the highest bidder to Facebook, and they're in power right now. So there goes this whole. It's a beast that I feel like has awoken itself, and it's already rampant. It's already on its own.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
to say
that we
there's
cannot
nothing
stop.
to do about it.
And I don't. I'm not saying there's nothing to do about it. I just feel like it's too far gone. Because right now we have an administration in place that use the same tactics to get into power, and now they're sitting there using all the regulations in their power to make things their way. This beast is already far gone, and they're not going to do anything to stop people from seeing shit about them.
So we're just on a runaway train to crazy town, and no one can do anything about it.
I kind of think so. I think we've gone too far gone. And that guy that's saying that's sitting there in 20 years, I believe him. I believe him 100% because right now, think about it. The administration that is in place right now uses the same tactics with Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that like people have power still. Yeah. There's still more of us than there is of any government body or corporation or organization. We still, as a group, have always been the more and also widely disagree on this. So while I understand 100% that like if all these things are fucked up, then it's going to be hard for us to organize and do anything about it. There's still grassroots movements. There's still plenty of different things that people have done throughout history in order to fight shit like this. At one point in time, I know we keep going back to this because it's a fun one to go back to, but at one point in time, the Nazis were taking over the world and people were like, these systems have been in place for too long. It's too big to fight, but people fought anyway. From within inside, I'm not just talking about the war, but there is people in Germany who were anti-Nazi who quietly fought the fight. Like there is still fights to be fought. It's not reasonable to say that in 20 years the world's going to be hell in a handbasket because of shit's happening now and no one can do anything about it because everyone can do something about it.
But in 20 years, there's going to be kids living and they're already like susceptible to this kind of stuff. It's going to be hard for them to change. For us, it's like we've been before technology and now.
If we have kids right now, 20 years from now, they'll be 20. So we got to
they won't be able to do stuff. Though. Like they're still going to school and stuff. Like they already like so he just talked about they're manipulating our psychology. Like they manipulate our human psychology. So like they already manipulated these kids' human psychology how it works. So they're going to tell these kids what they've already been doing and how they develop everything. It's just through technology. Tell them, hey, put technology away, put regulations on it. It's going to be hard for them to like do it.
I mean, it's going to be hard, but it's not impossible.
I just don't see
it's going to be hard. And I'll give you another example of this, okay? I get it. Like, people like you and me, we're pretty intelligent, you know what I mean? We've been given this information to do from, like, right and wrong, left and right, all that craziness. But let me give you another example. My mom. My mom uses Facebook right now. And she uses Facebook like a pre-tune. And she sits there, she tags all of her friends, tags all this other stuff, you know what I mean? Looks up all this other stuff, gains all this information. But she's literally, same way, gaining information that Facebook wants her to gain. I am not going to be able to tell my mom that the shit that she's learning right now is fake and turn that shit off. I really think that whole idea that runaway train is very, very factual because you're not going to be able to change the minds of my mom and people like Pat's mom and all that craziness.
So
they've already been in hook. Another reason why I feel like
for the future, check out, just do whatever.
I'm not saying check out. I would say educate ourselves, but like you got to understand, there's a lot of massive people out there. In fact, think about all the Indian people that support Donald Trump right now. And the reason they support Donald Trump, think about it. They're on Facebook. They're seeing these things about how Donald Trump caters to Hindus, doesn't like Muslims. You know what I mean? It really, really hones in on their belief, and there we go. We're fucked.
These are hard conversations to have, especially if, you know, like there are people in your family who have extreme opinions. They're on the extreme other spectrum of yours. But it's very important that you have this conversation, no matter how difficult they are. Like, I'm not even on the same continent with my family, and I often argue with them about politics because I feel like it's my obligation to, like, for both of us, it's both of our obligation to exchange ideas. Like, I have to listen to what they have to say, even though I disagree with it, and then I have things to say to them, you know, and then, like, I make them listen to me, and I know that they will not accept what I have to say right off the bat, but there's a seed.
Yeah.
Like, you plant a seed in the brain, and you're hoping that eventually maybe something grows, but you can't just, like, you can't just accept fucking apocalypse and watch and wait for it.
Oh, I'm with you 100%. You can't accept it, and you can try our best, but I think I think we just need to be very aware of things, because it's, I don't know. Like I said, this shit scares me, but I've been scared about this shit. This shit just like
I think being aware of it's not super helpful though.
Huh?
Being aware of it is not super helpful. It's cool to know it, but I think that everyone needs to take the extra step and do something, even if it is just having a conversation with a difficult family member.
Oh yeah.
That used to be how we got shit done, and you can tell. I've been wanting to just talk to people in my family and be like, you've been duped. You're a fucking product. You don't realize it, and you got these are the type of shit you got to have a conversation with if you care about them. They're it sounds like your mom might be addicted. People are becoming addicts to this shit and just using it up. If your fucking mom was addicted to a drug, you talk with her. It'd be a hard conversation to have. But you just wouldn't.
But so no, so here's the thing.
Indian people, they don't think that.
I'm not even talking about Indian people. My cousin, right? His stuff, some of the stuff that he says is our age. Well known to all sorts, there's information what they said is to cater to them. So that's why I see why he thinks the way he thinks, right? That's all he sees. And you tell them this, but we came to the point where it's my way to the highway. People will hear you, but they're never gonna change their mind.
Yeah. No.
Nah.
See, I disagree with that.
Because that's one of the things that I'm sorry. Go for it.
I feel like there's a lot of times where you get into a heated argument, but there's this seed that you put in someone's brain, and you just have to hope that at some point maybe it's never going to be immediate. People are too prideful to ever right in front of you when they argue with you to admit that they're wrong. That happens 1% of the time.
Yeah.
But you plant something in their head. Maybe when they get home they'll do additional research. There's something.
Yeah, but multiple conversations you have, it doesn't.
But we live in a world where that research that they go research sometimes doesn't even give them the right answer.
Yeah, because they research.
It literally just said it. It's think about a Wikipedia page that changes to the user.
Show people how to do it. Here's another thing. It's specifically that they were and this is becoming a problem. When the dude's the worst outcome about this is civil war because people stop talking to each other because the communication lines break down. I'm fucking guilty of it. I removed several people on Facebook this fucking year because they were pissing me the fuck off because we couldn't have conversations anymore. But that's the point. That's the best way for the algorithm to win is when we're all in our own little bubbles, because then that's when they said you're most manipulatable. So yeah, sorry, talking to your cousin is gonna fucking suck ass.
Well, I already.
You gotta when it's my way, but you gotta keep doing it. It's one of those things that it's hard, but you just gotta keep on going with it. It's everybody doesn't want to have the hard conversations anymore, but they're super important to have. And hold on, there was one thing I was gonna say that I wrote down. It's kind of like the Wild West, where things in the Wild West were wild because they were unregulated. It didn't happen fast, but it happened far away from the eyes of other people. And then slowly but surely, the Wild West became less wild because that is how things typically go in human society, right? Things suck, and then we try to make them better. We've consistently done that. And it's even with The Expanse when they're out on that new planet and no one's there, and dude has an incentive to fuck people over so that he can make more money, so that he can control the fucking resource from this planet. So I think that the thing that it is gonna take is people voting, people calling their senators, the whole fucking grassroots campaign bullshit, the thing that nobody wants to do. Everyone would have to be hey, collectively as a group, left, right, middle, center, or whatever, we're tired of this shit. We don't want to be the products anymore. And I feel that is the type of thing that if people figured out the right way to message it, that they could do it. And I know that they said bringing in another AI won't help it, but if AI got us to this point, they could make a contained AI that isn't, I don't fucking know because I don't make AIs, but also one that could help us to fix the problem. It doesn't have to be one made by Facebook or one made by the companies that did it, but there's solutions. It's just that no one wants to find a solution because everyone's getting filthy rich from it and getting their dopamine hits from it. So why the fuck would we change it?
I have a question.
It's free drugs.
Yeah.
Do you think that it is a possibility? Because I remember I saw that scene in here where we saw that room full of computers and everything. Do you think it's a possibility that the technologies that we've made social media have become its own entity, its own beast right now, and is literally controlling every aspect of what we're doing? Slowly, it's learning, it's doing its own thing. Everything that's happening right now, what if it is...
to an extent, but also it could be turned off.
I don't know. What if everything that's happening, the selection, everything, what if it's in this grand scheme, and I'm trying to get in the realm of science fiction right now because this is all that I can think about. What if it's an AI that's already being created? What if it's something that's already talking to each other right now, and right now, it itself is controlling things on the background, like non-human. It's right now it's controlling the election and what's going to happen. It's controlling everything.
I don't think so.
I think at the end of the day we're our own people. So like
you don't think they're talking to each other?
Well, because all right, so
they did talk about machine learning.
They did, and machine learning is a thing, which is I think you can use machine learning as a tool to undo it. I've said this before when I've talked about us making AI and making robots, that we always think that if we make something, it's going to be inherently evil because like that's how we are. And then like right here, right now with this algorithm, it wasn't made inherently to be evil. It was made with short foresight, right? So by the time it started fucking up and acting incorrectly, we can still change it. We can. If all the people, how many people did he say? 50 people in Silicon Valley are controlling, like, because they're putting in the algorithms and working on it. So what, that's 50 people. Those 50 people control the damn thing. All right? If they wanted to change it, they would change it. They just don't have the incentive to change it.
What I'm trying to say is, what if already what they've created is
then
right
that
now
way we're fucked. There's a fucking
it's
AI
already,
mastermind that we can't stop.
It's already in a mind of its own. It's being quiet as fuck. It's already it's already picking out our elections. It's already like they straight up said.
So then what do you do?
Huh?
What
yeah,
do you do?
that's my question. What the fuck do we do, man?
Pat?
No, I was gonna say like, but what I was trying to say before is like you said like you gotta blame the government, but like you can't always trust the government because government is always you just can't like we always have.
We trust them with some things.
Well, but some things you can't.
Also cannot trust the corporation.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I was going to get there. I was going to say like you also can't trust the corporations because like, at the end of the day, corporations are always about making money. That's what they have to do. So you can't trust both things. So at the end of the day, it's on you. So what I've been trying to say that is like you got to govern yourself. Like for me, ever since I got a phone, myself like I had never had notification turned on. Never had notification turned on. Also, I don't really even use social media, and like also when I guess this is where it comes from. Like today, I saw a meme. Somebody got like a meme said, "Oh, it was so funny," like, and it was real, saying like someone on a roller coaster shitted and 14 people got sprayed with the diarrhea. I saw that meme. I'm like, but people spread the shit out of that, and I want to go fact check that, and it took me 2 pages to find out that was actually fake, right? But people don't do that, and I think it comes down to you, to you to actually cover yourself, to actually read and research before you say shit.
And to add to
I
that,
have my hand up. I was gonna say that. Yeah, people definitely do need to self-govern themselves. But there was a point in time when cocaine was legal, and it turned out that if something hits your right dopamine receptors, people cannot self-govern themselves. And then so the government had to step in and say, okay, cocaine was legal, and they had to say that now cocaine is illegal because people are abusing it and becoming addictive, and it's fucking us up. It's fucking up our society.
When something like that, why cocaine was illegal, man.
I mean, cocaine is. There was definitely a point when it was legal, and we found out how it affected people.
I don't think that was the reason why the U.S. government made cocaine illegal.
Then another thing. All right, fine. Then another thing that people couldn't help but to fucking abuse, so the government stepped in to help it, so that alcohol can only be sold to 21-year-olds is a regulation because underage kids can get easily addicted to it and their bodies aren't made for it and it will fuck them up. And before the regulation was there, people were doing it.
But it took the government a while to catch us. I'm trying to say
that's what I know, and I agree with that. But that's what I'm saying. We should be all one, self-regulating, but two, expecting the people that we pay to govern us to do something about it as well. It is. I know that we shouldn't be able to rely on them and trust them, but literally we rely on them for every other fucking thing. I kind of feel like they should be able to fucking take care of this.
Chris, this goes back to my point. Sorry, Mark. But look at the government that we're in right now. Work it up, sorry.
Okay. I didn't know it was that short, sorry. So I agree with Pat, and to add to that point, I think that in an institutionalized way, this has to happen because you also have to put this in the school system. Like you have to explain to the kids what media literacy is, how to like decode which information is false, which information is correct, how to fact check. Like also economical literacy is something people don't learn here until they go to fucking college and end up with $5,000 debt in like week 1 because of credit cards. Like none of these things are being taught in school, and like it's because people who are in power right now are old as fuck and they're operating on like the era that they lived in, and they're not addressing the issues that we are facing right now as I still consider as young people, and like especially not addressing anything that the kids that are literally self-harming themselves 150%
Yeah,
more
it's just
now
crazy.
than they did before. They don't address this at all. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's thinking about it because they're all this shit and they don't relate to this.
Yeah, and it's really, really crazy. It's almost fucking staggering, and it's the saddest thing in the world because young kids like 11 to 14, they don't have that
Yeah,
yes
11
no
to
ability.
14,
They're just you gotta understand they're developing, and to be at that young of an age to like sit there and have that much scrutiny amongst your classmates all the time, fuck that.
So I did like what one of the dudes was saying too. Like, all right, so I think that a lot of systems that we use in the country are old and they need reformation, right? And sometimes, like, once everybody's able to get back out, maybe next year, like, fucking, there needs to be fucking protests and shit for the shit. People need to be marching in the streets. I mean, it's what it fucking takes to get the government's ear for shit. So, like, if that's what it's gonna fucking take, then that's what it takes. I just think that, like, all the solutions to help fix this are gonna be hard solutions. It's shit that nobody wants to do. You remember when they said that they're tipping the scale so that everyone's taking the easiest route, but like I don't think the easiest route's always the best route, obviously. So like, it's just gonna be shit that you're just gonna have to be in your mind and be fighting for. You got 20 years, apparently. That's what that sounds like. 20 years of fighting.
So
move the scale some bit.
I think it was a month or two ago. I got off of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I've been off Instagram for a while, but I got off of the big three. I got off of it because I will be honest, I was going through a lot of mental stuff. One of my favorite artists got fucking outed. It was really fucking crazy. And then a lot of like political stuff was really, really bothering me on the internet. When I mean political, I mean it was just a lot of disinformation amongst a lot of my classmates that I went to high school with. And like I just noticed like every single day it would be just more and more of this shit just like feeding my phone, and it was just getting to me mentally, and just I felt it fucking eating me, bro. I would hate waking up and like reading about some shit, you know? But I'll be honest, after I got rid of it, things have been a lot easier mentally, and just because I'm not around it.
Yeah.
The only kind of bad news I get about the world's from Philip DeFranco, and I'll take that shit because I just know it's fine. You know what I mean? I don't see a lot of like bullshit, which I'm like really, really happy about. But Reddit is still there, and I'm now all the stuff that you guys that they said about how things come attacking you at Reddit. I see myself pressing the refresh button on Reddit all the time, and I see what they're talking about. It's literally
it's on every app.
It's just like I'm just sitting there going, "Oh my god!" Now like that's okay. I get all right, cool.
I think that everybody's gonna have that thought and maybe share it in the comments that this is hypocritical of us to talk about this in this way because we're literally making a living off of, you know, I mean, we look at demographics for our channel. We're looking at what kind of person watches our video. We're trying to like see what we can do to make things better and get more views and all that. So we're clearly a part of the problem if you look at it that way. But I don't want to look at it that way because I think that with our influence and power that we have right now, we can create positive change, such as this video right now where we talk about openly about these things and like trying to address them, at least have a conversation. And like, I also don't think that us, the normies are a bubble, because I know like Pat and I have a lot of disagreements a lot of time. I have a lot of disagreements with Nahid a lot of time. On this issue in particular, we happen to agree. But just try to surround yourselves with different opinions. And if you're subscribed to the normies, thank you so much. If you're not, you should do that. But also, you know, just look at other people. Like if you're watching somebody political on a platform, don't just surround yourselves with those same 5 people that tell you the same 5 things all the time. Find somebody on the right-leaning spectrum, on the left-leaning spectrum that you
and
like.
in the middle.
And also, don't just rely on
citrus.
YouTube News. YouTube News is mostly bullshit.
Ooh.
Just go to, like, I don't know. I watch Democracy Now! I don't know where you guys get your information.
I just go to Philip DeFranco.
Philip DeFranco's fine. He's trying his best to be, you know,
up the middle.
And what you call it? He's trying to do it right, but be aware that when you consume news, which is just some Joe Schmo behind a dirty desk, might not be the most reliable source of information.
Yeah. And I just want to say one other thing. Guys, politicians are not supposed to be looked at as celebrities or people that we worship. They are
No.
public servants. Remember, they serve us. We don't.
We pay
serve
them. We pay them.
Pay them.
They should be working for our best interests. And finally, I'm not even gonna get into it.
So, but yeah.
I have last words.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so there are 3 quotes that I really liked in this documentary that I want to highlight. The first one was, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. I feel like that's a very easy mantra to live by. Anytime something's free, get suspicious. Get suspicious because that's something that's taking something from you. If it's not money, it's taking something else, and it might be more valuable than you think. Second, they don't have a proxy for truth that's better than a click. Again, you know, like we talked a little bit about like how these companies are never going to regulate themselves because it's not in their it's not a financial incentive. There's a societal incentive, but they don't give a shit. We know that because they're companies, and the critics are the true optimists. I love that one the most because I often talk a lot of shit about the US, but also when I'm in the Czech, I often talk a lot of shit about Czech. Because I tend to see problems that are happening and I'm trying to do something to solve them. It's not that I'm being overly negative, but I'm just, if I see a problem, I'm not trying to just live with it. I'm trying to solve it. And like when I was in Texas, there was this one politician who was invited to speak, and he was literally talking about American exceptionalism, and I heard about it for the first time in that speech, and I got really offended. And I got into a heated argument with him about why I don't think that America is exceptional. And like, it's because, like, if you think you are exceptional or your country is exceptional, then there's nothing to work on.
That would
You're
also
essentially
mean that
perfect.
everything that happens in your country is good, and that
Yes.
everything your country does is good.
Like,
when
it's
it can't be
like
the
there's
case.
no room for progress. There's no room for improvement. You should always think that there's something better that you can strive for.
Agreed.
That's
What
all.
was the second quote you said?
They don't have a proxy for truth that's better than a click.
So my last thing that I want to leave on is like, they said that they need to figure out what the truths are and like have a thing of truths. Like,
Yeah.
how do you do that? Like, what do you do? Is there a fact book out there of like 100% truths that are mandated?
I think it depends on something, what
What's
it is
true,
that
what's
you
fake.
want to know what is true, and then I think that you figure that out by just using a scientific method. If it is something so easy,
But,
and
like,
if
I
it's
feel
not,
like-
if it's something like information, then I think you got to go through and vet the information, see where it comes from, and then also think like, what are these people's reasons for telling me this? So like, if I heard specifically, let's just do climate change, that this is an issue, and then I go to like Breitbart, and Breitbart's like, climate change is bullshit, and here are the reasons why, then I have to be like, oh, this is coming from Breitbart, they have an incentive to lie. Or if I go to another one that's like, climate change is real, and this is why you need to buy my top 5 climate change things, I'm like, oh, they have an incentive to sell me some shit. And then if I see like a scientist paper that's like, climate change is real, and I think about it because I'm a scientist and I worked at the climate change university, yada yada yada, I'm like, oh, well, this person really doesn't have a reason to lie. So
Can everybody write in their browser climate change is?
Oh,
and
yeah,
tell me
yeah.
what comes out?
Alright,
I wanted
so-
to do that. Mine is climate change issue from its issue. Climate change is caused by. Climate change is real shirt. Is real shirt. Okay. Do you want me to buy merch? Climate change is an absolute nightmare. What do you guys have?
What did you want to say about it?
Oh, I was gonna say that you know how you were talking about oh shit, I forgot.
Oh,
Shit. What was it?
I have climate change is good.
Whoa.
Which is weird, but I have climate change is caused by climate change issue. Climate change is real sure. Climate change is an absolute nightmare. Climate change is accelerating. Climate change is good, and climate change issue topics.
climate change is issue. Climate change is caused by, real shirt, and absolute nightmare. Accelerating, climate change is good, and then climate change issue topics.
So so they did say that it's determined by location, which I thought is weird. I just thought that it's determined by your previous search.
Well, if it's determined by location, if you're mostly in a red state, because
Yeah.
climate change has become a political issue, or we're right now in a city, so cities would be blue.
What I was gonna say is like when we were in school, we were to learn how to like research, like how to like deduce information.
Yeah.
I don't think kids nowadays got that ability, or people got that because like we have Google. Google's supposed to be right, like whatever you put in is instant, so you don't need. There's no reason to deduce. So learning that behavior and not ever figuring out how to figure out real information is like How can even if you tell somebody to go fact check somebody, right? Something like people believe whatever's on the internet is real, or especially whatever you get from Google is real, right? So when I went to go fact check something, I literally had to go to 2 pages to find that it was fake. There's 3 websites that told me that was real because somebody made that bullshit website.
But you were able to get to the bottom of it.
I was able to get, but people don't do that. And people are not. People don't have that trait because they never were taught that.
We need to start like writing down all these truths in like a master list or some shit, man. Where companies
no. If that's the case, then the master list can be changed. People need to be able to figure. Look, we all know why 2 + 2 = 4.
Some might say it's 5, bro. These days,
but I mean, like, but what I'm saying is that's a thing you can something you can prove yourself.
We live in a post-truth era, bro. Motherfuckers don't believe.
I mean, I know that.
There are more people that believe in the flat Earth than back in the fucking 1800s.
But what I'm saying is like specifically for those people, like what I use, because I had a family member who believed in it, and I can take you to Michigan City and prove you wrong. I can show him. We can look at the stars, like buy a telescope. You can get a cheap telescope, like shit. Like that's what I'm saying. Is like a lot of these experiments. I think that if you can break down and teach people what's real on the very bottom end and teach them that what they've seen is fake, you can also like help them to build up and learn more shit, right? Because like those things are out there. Climate change, that one's a hard one to prove to people, but if it's the Earth flat, you can prove that one with a couple hours in a telescope. You know what I mean? You can prove the 2 + 2 one super easy. So what I'm saying is like once you can get people like back on that shit, even the older generation, they should remember that, but they forgot. They can be reminded of like how you prove things are real.
Chris, you're a very optimistic individual. That's the best way I can say it because I saw that fucking that one documentary on Netflix about the flat earthers. This dude literally proved the Earth was not flat himself.
Yeah.
And he still couldn't believe it. He's like, oh, well, it's still not right.
That was him on camera because he's not gonna bend then. He's not, but I guarantee you, he sat down. He had some fucking thoughts. He had to, because I remember that they bought that $20,000. He's like, if we buy this $20,000 gyroscope, lock it inside of this box, and then look at it at the end. He was like, if the world's round, then it should say that we're at a 0.45 tilt. All right, that's if the world's round. Let's see what it says. He was like, maybe it's some cosmic rays out there in the he did the math. He proved himself wrong. But look, because of the way that he deduced that shit, I think he's gonna sit down. He's gonna have to sit. He has to reckon that.
That's the thing, man. You're optimistic, bro. I believe a lot of we live in a world people will fight that shit to the grave. That's how it is.
Well, guys, use your brains. Try to figure out what is true. Fight. You're gonna have to keep fighting. You're gonna have to keep fighting. That's it.
I literally don't care who you vote for.
Hey, seriously. Hey, guys. Right now, go check to see if you register to vote. Check out who is voting in your election. You can go see who is on there, what they're fighting for, what they're talking about. Be educated. You can go do that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't get lazy, y'all. All right. Peace.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and a big shout out to Explorin, Nick, Ruby, Aaron, Michael, Joe Mags, Tacos, Flower House, Keyboard Junkie, NYR Fan, and ZJP. Thanks guys.